Nah, fuck it. It's going to be a long night. I'm probably going to have to sleep setting up. I've already cracked open that bottle of Grant's blended Scotch whiskey. No, not quite as smooth as Johnny Walker. I see why there's about a $5-6 price difference. But it was a gift. But like my father said, always look a gift horse in the mouth, because it may have hoof and mouth disease and kill out your whole herd. And I think I really feel up to no good tonight. Tonight, I think I'm going to challenge Cass Cumerford to a good old Texas old-timey cussing match. Nah, he's too much of a gentleman. Now, me, on the other hand, I like a good cussing match. Man, it's taken me all day. This morning I ate that. What the hell was it? I ate the sub sandwich. That got me set off wrong. And then I went up to Walmart, where I just about got carbon monoxided to death. And now I'm kind of comfortably settled in. Pretty much everything I got is dry or near dry. It's, we did probably get about an inch of rain today, but slowly spread out over, So I forgot that's actually usually on Shabbos. That's when the cleaning guy actually didn't vacuum this time. He just turned on the lights and quietly. Sometimes it surprises me that, that's the problem I'm having here. There's a dichotomy in Pflugerville. On one hand, there are people that are so much like my own people that, because I know I ran into a couple of the Pflugers, and yeah, it took me forever because I had to unsync the other half. All I had was missing one. It took me forever to forget and then get these synced up, because how complicated cell phones are. I've met people here that are from here that are really good people. I've met people who've come here who are okay. But I started off the morning feeling terrible, and I know what the problem was. Is about 48 hours ago, during the rain and stuff like that, my hypothalamus went out of whack. I got that part down. I don't even know why I even fuck around with medical doctors at all, except that they have a DEA license where they can obtain certain molecules or compounds. A molecule is a compound that takes me a long time to manufacture. I mean, I can do a lot of stuff. I can fucking make penicillin. Anybody knows that can make penicillin from scratch. I can make a number of very potent antibiotics and anti-infectives from scratch. I can also kill you from scratch with a little piece of PVC pipe. I'm not talking about hitting you with the pipe. Actually, Texas is covered with hemlock. Did you know that? So that's all it took, was about, one good full jigger of, I'm sorry, but that 3-wood thing ain't working for me. I don't mind it, though. The guy went out of his pocket to make me and my stomach is cleared. I've taken Imodium today. The toxic stuff, I've got some more that I'm probably going to eat tonight. That'll guarantee a blowout in the morning. But I want to eat what Alma gave me, because Alma's actually pretty good, because she picks out sandwiches where there's no dressing on them, and it's mostly just the flavor of the meat and some bread. It's going to be minimal. Although the chips, I fed them to the birds. And she slipped me $20. Alma's a sweet lady. To tell you the truth, she's a good-looking woman. But, if you're Alma's husband or boyfriend, you're a lucky dude. Man, She's the kind of person I wouldn't mind hanging out with. I'm really not a sexual person anymore, mainly because I don't want to see anybody seeing my naked body. You know what I'm saying? I've been at that age for about 10 years where if I catch sight of myself in a mirror, I go like, oh my God. Ooh. And you old geezers like fucking De Niro and shit, you're fucking like 90 years old. You're still pumping out kids with women that you got to just be grossing them the fuck out. You know, it's. Anyway, Cass Cumerford, I challenge you to a Texas style. Oh, no, you get to use Australian style cussing, but you're a bit more gentlemanly and you've got different words. And, you know, and a week is a week ago. And I don't know. Yeah. I've only seen one movie in the last month that was worth watching, and it was because it was a cornball. It was Michael Caine, the movie Pulp, which is probably the predecessor to, is that Tarantino's Pulp Fiction? You know, I'm going to brag here for a minute, Cass Cumerford. I'm the only person I've known that have been able to draw without amplified voice, just the strength of my voice. I've watched all kind of people because we have a thing called the West Mall that's right near the Texas UT Tower, where Charles Whitman shot up a bunch of people and led to the modern SWAT teams and stuff. And that's where the life sciences library is, and that's where a lot of important offices are and stuff like that. And there's a speaker that's actually along that mall. That's where on like Wednesdays, all the political people put up their tables and try to convince you to become a fucking libertarian, which is like the most far right wing shit. Cass, if you think that I am right wing, I already told you before, you're way off. I'm about as far from right wing as you can get. The libertarians are right wingers, super right wing. They don't believe in any kind of social support, farm support. It's all survival of the richest and the most homicidal. Well, yeah, that's not a good statement. I'll just say survival of the most malicious and the most vicious, who will abuse those who do not have, because that's exactly what Ayn Rand was all about. If you call yourself a libertarian, you need to really think about your policies and what their end result will be. Indentured servitude, no minimum wage, no minimum guarantee that you'll even get paid on time. Strictly contract, and contracts are broken, contract labor and contracts are broken every day of the week. Wasn't there a guy named Donnie Trump who got sued for a bunch of failures to pay certain contracts? I was actually having my voice was getting tired from like telling the African toothbrush story, but I've been telling people forever. I'll try to hold this to 10-minute, try to do 10-minute segments here. I've been telling my students and other people that it's normal. I didn't finish the brag. I'm the only person I know that's actually been able to get 5,000 people on the West Mall. That's to the left of me, to the right of me, almost to the end of the mall. Could project my voice all the way to Guadalupe Street, not Guadalupe Street, Jesus Garcia, Guadalupe. And every one of them hear my every word succinctly, and if need be, spell out a word occasionally. Anandamide, 10 letters, that's the most I'd ever. And they were just absolutely enraptured with what I had to say, because many of them had already spent $100,000, $200,000 on education and hadn't really learned shit before listening to me just speak off the cuff for 3 hours before I had to take a break and we would have dinner. And then remember one night we finished up at the Dolby, where an apartment is $9,000 a month. You know, kids from Plano. But I've watched all sorts of people: Tarantino, Rodriguez, uh, who's that Linklater? You know, Mr. Slacker. They have to come in. They plug in their little amplifier and tap on the "Hi, everybody. I'm going to talk to you" in that PBS voice where you don't really think that I'm the Hollywood pedophile, uh, you know, merchant of bullshit and violence. I'm here to sell you violent movies and yet preach against violence except towards the Jews. I did it with just the power of my voice. I remember many a time, my voice is weak now. You know, I used to be able to control 2,500 convicts just with the sounds I could make and the fact that they knew I was usually nearby what they were standing right next to, or well, like a 30 caliber machine gun. But if I told you to stop, calm the fuck down, I did have the voice that could penetrate a foot of concrete wall like a lion. I'm well aware of the gifts that God gave me. I think I've made good use of them. And I keep getting this itchy feeling because the other day actually just yesterday morning I was just feeling suicidal. I just wanted to roll out into traffic. But I'm coming back. And that's what I'm resilient. I keep bouncing back. I want to. Cass Cumerford's kind of one of my. This guy's still making movies. He does. A lot of it's artwork but I like his stuff. I like. It's. Gosh, it's. I want to be him, man. He. Would have probably enjoyed getting to be me, a badass footy. So there's kind of a mutual. He said use the term bromance, but this is kind of we have between myself and uh, Cass, we have kind of a mutual admiration society. He's accomplished a lot of things later in life, that so many people don't even try. And he's 80 years old and he's still working on it. He just got through finishing editing a film that's going to be shown at a film festival in Rotterdam. So anyway, I've gone 13 minutes and 14 seconds.